Welcome to my channel, Sonia Unapologetic. My name is Sonia, and on this channel, I talk about mental wellness and living a free life from a Black woman's perspective. Before we go any further, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to be notified every time I post a video. So it's been a long time since I've done a live stream with you all. It is New Year's Eve 2022, and I wanted to come on here and reflect about this year because it has been the most life changing year of my life. 2022 was amazing. It just helped me to live a totally different, unconventional life. And for me to just take control of my life and just live a free life. So I got to basically live out what the purpose of this channel is in 2022. So, for those of you who are new to my channel, I took a sabbatical to Playa del Carmen, Mexico in 2022. I had lived in Dallas, Texas before then. I am back in Dallas, Texas now, but a lot of 2022, most of 2022, I would say I spent in Mexico. So that was an amazing experience. And it taught me so much. So this year is going by so fast, but I get to reflect on everything that's happened and how it allowed me to be a better person. I would say before 2022, I worried about what others thought. And so when I thought about spending some time outside of US, moving to a different country, a lot of people had a lot of things to say, a lot of negative things to say, a lot of like the scare tactics and everything. So I dealt with a lot of that in just before 2022. So a lot of people were trying to talk me out of like, hey, you can't move to Mexico, it's dangerous. Um, so I think it was very profound that I was able to take control of my life and decide, okay, I'm going to do what's best for me. So that's why 2022 was so profound for me. So just taking control of my life, moving abroad, and also just taking time away from work. So thankfully, I talked about this in a previous video. I took time away from corporate America. So most of 2022, I wasn't in corporate America. I was spending time in Mexico, I saw Mexico City. I got to see Merida. I got to, of course, spend a lot of time in Playa del Carmen. And then I came, back to the US for a bit. So I got to be a digital nomad, and I probably stayed in, I would say, maybe 15 different places in 2022, just different apartments, hotels, and just got to see all different types of places and got to work from wherever. Because even though I wasn't in corporate America, I was building this channel, I was doing editing, I learned how to build websites. Also, I launched Sonia Unapologetic Journal. So this is my self-love journal. And that's something I'm gonna do a lot in 2023 is just do some journaling just to kind of help me with my mental wellness, for me to continue to put my thoughts out there and just do whatever I can to live, just the best life for my mental wellness. So, Wendy, hello, Wendy. It's so good to be back here doing live streams with y'all. Because I know I did more live streams, maybe in the middle of the year or whatever. But yeah, I want to get back on a schedule to where I can do more live streams. So, what are you guys going to do? One thing, I guess, since it's New Year's Eve, what are y'all's New Year's Eve plans? For me, I am going to go to a New Year's Eve party at one of my friends' houses. So I got my outfit together. I ordered something from Amazon. I went to H&M. I was trying to get all my outfits together, and I just got a text message that says it's a pajama party. I didn't know it was going to be a pajama party. So the outfit that I had is not going to work for a pajama party, which is okay because I'll wear that outfit for something else. So I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna wear for it to be a pajama party. because we all know that a pajama party doesn't mean just grab what you normally wear to bed. It's like you still have to like make it cute going to a pajama party. So I might run out of here after the live and go to the store and find some pajamas that I wear for the pajama party. So yeah, so that's gonna be exciting. It's kind of, I mean, it's cool being back in Dallas to hang with my friends. And one thing that I want to focus on in 2023 is getting back into filmmaking stuff and making sure that I spend a lot of time focusing on my screenwriting and trying new things. Back in 2016 was the last time I produced and did short film stuff. So I'm wanting to get back into the film industry and just really focus on my writing and everything. But yeah, for 2023, one thing that I want to take into it is just continue to protect, my mental health, to protect my peace, and for me to just make sure I'm doing everything just to be in the best mental headspace. So I'm thankful that I was able to take off from work. Um, I'm thankful. I understand that that's something that everyone doesn't get the opportunity to do. So I am thankful that most of 2022 I was able to really focus on like reinventing myself and focus on myself. So the next chapter of my life, I know what direction that I'm going in. So yeah, so it's been an amazing year, and it's so crazy. It's gone by so fast. So Wendy says, my word for 2022 is intentional. So yeah, I agree with that. Being intentional. For me, I'm trying to think of what are all my lessons from 2022. 2022 taught me so many lessons. Definitely doing what is right for you. One thing before 2022, I realized, or just throughout 2022, is how much like other people want to control us, and it's almost just like, okay, if it's almost like people feel like everyone needs to be doing the same thing. So it's like when you're wanting to do something different, people are making you feel like, no, it's like you have to do things this way. So people have this sense of wanting to control what everyone else does and not just allowing people to do what is best for them. So I love the fact that in 2022, I was able to switch up and make a lot of decisions kind of like last minute. I initially went to Playa del Carmen in February, I think February 22nd, 2022. So it was like Tuesday, all twos. So it's like that was like a very powerful day for me to start that journey. But throughout the year, it's like I would switch up things like really quickly. Like when I went back to the US in July, and I stayed from July to October. And it's like when I went back to Playa del Carmen, it was just kind of like all of a sudden, like, oh, I'm gonna go back. So I like the fact that I was able to just kind of make decisions at the spur of a moment. And then coming back to US in December, it's like, initially I didn't know, like, okay, well, am I coming back? And then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and come back. So yeah, just doing what is best for me. Yeah, 2023, I'm going to do a lot more journaling. I am going to make sure that I focus a lot more on my writing, self care. I'm going to continue. I got to do a lot of self care in 2022. Going to a spa or just anything can be considered self care. I did some spa days, but then sometimes just peace and getting the quiet in your house and taking naps and all that stuff. So I really did just kind of listen to myself and understand, okay, what is best for me? What's making me feel good? What's making me feel free at this moment? What's making me feel at peace? So Wendy asks, "Are you enjoying your time back in the US?" I am actually enjoying it a lot. I never, I guess because in 2022 my mindset was, international, get out of the US, and a life lesson that I learned is that peace is within yourself. So no matter where you are, you can decide you're going to be at peace. And so once that revelation hit me very hard, that's what made it feel so much easier coming back to the US. And not just easier coming back to US, excitement about coming back to US because I have friends here, I have family here. As far as my filmmaking stuff, everyone that I've worked with as a team, they're all in DFW. So it made me excited to know that I can curate the life of my dreams no matter where I'm at. So it's a mindset shift that I had that made me excited to come back here. Because peace is within you, the second time around in Playa del Carmen, even though a lot of wonderful things happened, it made me wonder if, okay, should I have returned back to Playa del Carmen that second time? So yeah, that made me understand that, okay, the peace is within me, and I can be in Playa del Carmen, I can be in Jamaica, I can be wherever and not necessarily be at peace. And so then I was just like, okay, I'm excited about coming back to the US and understanding that, okay, make sure that I keep my mindset where it should be. So, man, I know that was a long answer, Wendy. Wendy's probably like, "Girl, I get it. I get it. Okay, you cool with being back in the US." Um, Arnell says, "Hello, gorgeous." Hello, Arnell. Arnell, it was so cool meeting you in Isla Mujeres. So yes, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, that's a wonderful thing. Like reflecting back on 2022. I met a lot of wonderful ladies in Cancun and Isla Mujeres when there was the Exodus Summit meetup. I went to Mexico City. That was a lot of fun. So in Mexico City, I did a lot of exploring around there, but I went to Grutas de Tolentanga. If you guys look that up, they have like this natural hot spring pools that are like on the side of a mountain, but like the water is warm, but it's like the warmth comes from like the mountain. So I don't exactly understand how it works, but that is something that I did when I went to Mexico City, even though Grutas de Tolentanga is not in Mexico City. It's probably about maybe a 3 hour, maybe 3 to 4 hour drive from Mexico City. I can't remember exactly how far it is, but I was able to do that. That is life changing. Those mountains around that area, I've saw mountains in the US. I've saw the Appalachians Mountains. I used to live in Pennsylvania as a child for a few years. And so I remember moving from Louisiana to Pennsylvania, having never have saw mountains, the Appalachian Mountains were like, oh wow. But those mountains around Grutas de Tolentanga, it's mind blowing. It's like you have to see it. I didn't even realize that mountains were so deep and huge. Like it makes you like understand that there is a God. Like it was just so like it blew my mind. And I was trying to get video footage, and I'm like, this video footage is not doing it justice. Now, drone footage would probably do it justice, but that was just so amazing. So I got to do Grutas de Tolentanga when I went to a Mexico City trip. And then also I got to do a hot air balloon ride, which now I feel like I'm a hot air balloon girl now. Now I'm all on the internet looking like, where are other hot air balloon rides? I know there's like big hot air balloon community in Turkey. I'm not going to butcher the name of the city. I know it starts with C. It's in Turkey, I think. So that would be beautiful to go and experience that. And then there's our places in the U.S. that have hot air balloon rides. So I'd love to do more of that. But when I went to Mexico City, and I don't want to murder the name of the city. It started with T. So it's like you're able to do a hot air balloon ride over ruins, over Aztec ruins. That was so beautiful. Oh, that was so beautiful. Um, okay, so Arnell says, what you said about peace is pertinent. Many think they'll find peace in a place. If it's not in you, geographical location won't help much. Solid. Yeah, that is so true. And one of my friends, before I moved to Playa del Carmen, I was, telling my friend, like, yeah, I'm gonna move, I'm looking for my peace or whatever. And he was just like, well, peace is within you. It's not. And I felt gaslit. So I'm just kind of like, no, you're not gonna get me not to go to Playa del Carmen. I'm going. You're not gonna. And now I realize, like, okay, that is so true. Because my second time around Playa, I did some amazing things, but I wasn't at peace necessarily. So yeah, and then also, like I said, there's just some things that I want to do that I'm excited about. I've a lot of my friends here in Dallas. I'm so excited for them seeing that they've released their films. They continue to do their films, and so I'm just like, oh, I really want to get back into it. I'm so proud of everybody who is part of this independent film industry here in Dallas, that they are really doing their thing. So yeah, I want to shout out a couple of ladies. Tori Lee, she released the film. I guess produced, written. It is, I think, based on her true life. It's called Why Women Trip. It's on Tubi. I would suggest you guys go check that film out. I'm trying to think. There was another film that one of the people that um, let's see. I'm trying to think. Dang, I'm gonna have to put it in the description box because my friend who helped me produce my film's Desperate Chocolate, he did the music for this film, and it's escaping me what the name of this film is. And I just watched it. It was actually really good. It's on Tubi as well, but I think it's on Amazon Prime as well. I want to say, man, is it called Between Sisters? Um, Man, now that's gonna bother me. I'm like, I wonder if I can find it on my phone, and if I can go look for it. But yes, Arnell, you are so correct. Hello, Global Sisters Connection. Global Sisters Connection also has a YouTube channel. Go check her out and subscribe to her channel. She has some amazing conversations. Global Sisters Connection says nature can be very healing. It's definitely a place of peace for me. Yeah, that was good in 2022. I was able to be more amongst nature, um, at the beach, listen to the ocean, seeing those mountains outside of Mexico City. That was so nice. Mexico City is such high elevation. So for me, it's like my body had to get used to it. It's like my chest was hurting. Just do a little bit of walking. I'm like, I'm just walking in the airport. Like my chest should not be hurting, but I'm told it's a thing for your body to get so used to such a huge elevation change. So I flew there from Cancun and just being that Quintana Roo area in Mexico, and then flying and going to the Mexico City area, that was such a huge difference in elevation that initially just walking a bit, it's like I felt very windy. I felt like my chest was burning. So now I need to find this movie so I can tell you about it. I told you guys about Why Women Trip that you can find on Tubi. Um, and then let's see this other movie if maybe I can find it on here. Man, I hate when that happens to where it's like if I wasn't on here, y'all, I've said the name of this film a zillion different times. Jen Blanton is in the movie. Maybe if I um okay, Just Between Us Girls. That is a really good movie. I don't know if you guys I was about to show it on here, but then once I yeah, Just Between Us Girls on Tubi, but I think it's also on Amazon. But also on Amazon and on this channel, you guys can find Desperate Chocolate, both my first and second film, Desperate Chocolate, and then the second one was Desperate Chocolate Chanel's Story. But that was the very beginning for me. I still have a lot more ideas. I feel like I've grown so much since I did my first two short films. I've developed so many different ideas now, and then also having more rich life experiences allows for, if you are a writer, for it just to get more and more rich. You know, just your characters are deeper. I feel like when you've had new and just more vast life experiences. Um, so Wendy says, excited to see your future shorts. Yeah, I'm excited about too to get back into it and develop characters and to see characters come from here inside my your brain to actually for them to you'll be able to meet the world. So what are you guys doing for New Year's Eve? And how are you guys bringing in the new year? Yeah, I think it'll be exciting tonight to go to this party that I'm going to, and just sitting around and laughing. That's always a lot of fun. Being able to laugh with friends. I think most people when it's New Year's Eve, everybody's sitting around talking about, "Wow, this year went by fast," and then everyone's making plans for the new year. I feel like every day I'm going to have goals. So I have goals. I don't want to necessarily do New Year's resolutions. I just feel like my whole mindset is going to be like every day do better, learn from the past, every day do better. Every day work towards making yourself better, and whatever goals you have every day do something that's going to get you closer to that goal. And also for us to have grace with ourselves that it is okay to change your mind. You might spend 5 months being like, oh, okay, I'm planning everything. I'm gonna move to, Timbuktu somewhere. You plan for 5 months and then you're just like, I don't want to move Timbuktu anymore. It's like that's fine. So Wendy said you're staying in this year, which I think is really cool to stay in as well, especially here, being in a larger metroplex, getting out, having to be out on the streets when people have been drinking and whatever. I think being in is probably the best. I think what I'm going to do once I get to my friend's house, I'm gonna bring my little spend a night bag and leave in sleep there and then leave in the morning because I just don't want to be on the road in the middle of the night, and then I would have to drive past, downtown Dallas, to get to her, and then have to, drive, back, so like drive all the way through the city. So yeah, I'm just like, okay, I'm once I get there, I'm going to stay there for the night. Okay, Arnell says I may bring in the new year at my sister's house, or I will be snuggled in some covers watching the ball drop. Yeah, that's always fun too. It's always like crazy. I see like people who will go to New York to do the ball drop. I'm like, man, it's so cold and crowded, but people love it. People obviously love it. They do it every year. So yes. So um LXNC says, good afternoon, Queens. Good afternoon, L. Thank you so much for being here. It's so much fun being here with y'all. So, yeah, I'll definitely get my live schedule on, yeah, get the live schedule going. So, let's see. From Lack to Legacy is here. Hola, ladies. Hey, my dear travel sister. Hello, Sandra. Think Sandra. I think I saw on either on YouTube or IG that you said you were going to do a little what you call it, a little shindig, and invite a few people over. I think that's always cool too when you can have the party at your house. Then you don't have to get out driving anywhere. The party comes to you. So I think that's always really cool. And then especially like with Playa, if you're having to leave your place, then you're having to find a taxi to get in and whatever. So I think, yeah, that's probably really cool if you can just have the party at your own house. Black Women Artificial Intelligence says, "Good afternoon." Good afternoon. I'm so curious by that handle or that name of your channel. Yeah, Black Women Artificial Intelligence. I'm like, oh wow, that is really cool. So, okay, Sandra says, yeah, I'm having a little get together, splash bash. Okay, and that's the thing about being in Playa del Carmen or just anywhere to where it's still warm. It's December and you can have a pool party, or probably January, February, and you can have a whole pool party. Here in DFW, the temperature has been kind of like up and down. I think it was like a week ago or so, maybe 2 weeks ago now, to where it was like extremely cold. I think it got down to like 11 degrees, I think. So yeah, that was crazy, it getting down to 11 degrees. So I'm just like, okay, like they say, we're not in Kansas anymore. It's like we're not in Cancun anymore. But I think the fun thing is it's like, okay, I went to my storage. I grabbed a bunch of things that were in storage. So I'm like, okay, where is the jacket that I've worn? Where are these boots? It's like, let me grab a hat or whatever that I've worn in the past. So I just went to my storage and grabbed a bunch of clothes that I had in there. So yeah, so thank God for that. I'm thankful that I didn't like get rid of like all of my winter clothes, because it's like, okay, you have to come back to a winter environment at some point. But luckily today in Dallas, it's just so mild outside. I mean, but the thing about here is the temperature can have a vast high and a vast low. Like it might have a low of 40 degrees Fahrenheit, but might have a high of like 76 or something. So that's such a vast difference. But right now the temperature is amazing. My family's gonna barbecue today, so I'll have some barbecue in a little bit, and then tonight I'm going to go to a party. Um, okay, so Ella say have fun wherever you are with whomever you will be having that fun with. LOL, enjoy life. Yeah, and I think that's what 2023 is about, is just enjoying life, also caring for our bodies, caring for our mental health. Yeah, I've learned a lot from 2022. And like I said, 2022 was the most life-changing year of my existence. That's thus far. 2022 was the most life-changing year of my existence thus far. So I'm hoping, like, wow, so that means a lot of excitement for the future, because then I'll have other years that are just as life changing. But yeah, I'm excited about a lot of things that are going on, or that will be going on in the future. So Sandra says, "Have fun and be safe." Thank you, Sandra, and that goes for everybody. Yeah, have fun and be safe out there. Get where you're going to get if you're going out there. I would suggest for us who are in bigger city areas that we're not like driving all around and bar hopping all around the city to where you're having to be on the road. Because yeah, I mean, people say that people in Texas drive crazy. But yeah, then you add alcohol to that. So yeah, definitely be have fun, but be safe. Trying to think about anything else that I can think of, that I wanted to talk about. Yeah, I think for me, I definitely want to focus on what I can do to make sure that I continue to protect my peace. So that is like such a huge thing for me in 2023. And then also, I guess, for me to do a lot of that on this channel. So in the future, I would love to do some co-working, well, not co-working, co-journaling sessions. So co-journaling sessions to where at the beginning of the live, well, I would just talk about, like, okay, today, I'm going to journal about this or whatever, or I'm going to journal about what I'm grateful for, and that's what I'm journaling about. And then we'll journal for a bit, and then at the end of the live, I guess we can all be in the comments and talking about, like, okay, how is this helpful, how is this helping you stay mentally at peace or whatever. Yeah, because I think journaling can be very effective for you um, continue to get your thoughts out there and to continue to have awareness, because I think sometimes so many thoughts are going through our head until we don't actually take the time to be aware of what's going on. So in the moment, it's like we know the feeling that we feel, but we everything's happening so fast, so we're not understanding, like, okay, why am I feeling that way? Is this a huge deal? If it's not such a huge deal, it's like, okay, I can decide that I'm not going to feel upset about this. So yeah, the cold journaling, I think that would be a lot of fun. So again, this is my self-love journal. But I have a lot of journals on it's and I'm gonna get everything put in description box. I have trading journals. I have journals for if you want to do decluttering. I have a decluttering journal, which I'm very proud of that one, because it has space in the journal for you to track your progress, for you to really just write out, okay, this is what I need to do, and this is my progress. I've gotten rid of this stuff. So they have the progress tracker, but then they have the regular line pages for you to talk about, like, your feelings and everything, because a lot of times decluttering, there's a lot of mental stuff behind that. There's mental stuff about why we're holding on to things that don't serve us anymore. You can, maybe, be holding on to, things from, loved ones. Like, I know, friends, who their parents passed or whatever, and they're having, such a hard time maybe getting rid of things that belong to loved ones or whatever. So, I think, for us to journal that out, that might be helpful, with the whole decluttering process. Because for me, not having clutter is what helps me to feel at peace. When things are just unorganized, it's like, oh, that's an extra thing that kind of gets me feeling anxious. So, so let's see here. Okay, Shana, hey, Shana, you have been here on every live, and yeah, so it's just always so great to see you, Shauna. Shauna says, "Good afternoon, Sonia. Wishing you all the best in the new year. Wishing you all the best as well, Shauna." Let's see. So, Black Women in Artificial Intelligence, we have a New Year planning session on January 1st, 2023, where we ask individuals to write their vision and set goals. Okay, that is pretty cool. So, yeah, so I need to be a part of that as well, because I love that idea, rather than like, I think when people do like the New Year's resolution thing, it's almost like people are already setting themselves up for failure by even attaching New Year's resolution to it. But goals is something to where, okay, these are things that I am, no matter what time of the year is, these are things that I am working towards. This is on my list, and I know I have to get this done. So, yeah, even though, I, say that I'm not, doing New Year's resolutions, there are still goals that, I need to set, and definitely the goals of, finishing up, cleaning up some screenplays, and just, getting, um, 2 feature screenplays I'm working on. These need to get done because the topics and everything that I'm talking about in these screenplays, I feel like they're very important, and I feel like these characters really do need to come to life and that people will be able to relate. And so these stories really do need to come to life. So, these feature screenplays I'm working on, these need to get done. And then also just the shorts for them to, come to life. And the short, producing, my own shorts, that can, happen a lot easier. So okay, so yeah, the planning session, that is pretty cool. Sandra says, I love this whole idea. And don't forget, Sonia has journals for sale too. Thank you so much, Sandra. So I'm going to put that in the description box when I'm done with this, these Sonia Unapologetic journals. And I will continue to add more journals, because like I said, I have travel journals, the self-love journal, decluttering journal, trading journals for anyone who's like trading options, trading stocks, doing any type of day trading. Sandra is into the trading of options. Her channel, From Lack to Legacy, is a wealth of information for those who are looking to, learn about trading, but it gives it to you from, even if you've never done any stocks or whatever. I feel like From Lack to Legacy, that will help you with learning the basics and putting it in a way that is easy to digest and not overwhelming. So, check her out for that. But then if you are getting into trading, then you can buy the trading journal, because that is a good way for you to track, what's going on, with your trade and losses and gains, and maybe what things you did with this trade. And it's like, okay, if I know I, did that right, okay, then I can do that for next time. But then maybe you did something wrong. It's like, okay, let me journal that so I'll know, not to do that again. So, yeah, Sandra's talked about how trading journals is very important. And I have 2. I have Black Girls or Black Ladies Trade 2 is one of the trading journals that I have, and then I have just a regular trading journal because I know, it's not, only, the ladies that, wanna have their journal, the guys as well, wanna have their journal as well, and they may not want a Black Ladies Trade 2 journal if they're a guy, so but it's a good gift if you're a guy, give it to somebody else, let's see, okay, so Arnell says, I need to check out your journals. Y'all have a happy new year. Blessings around with you, Sonia. Thanks, Arnell. Um, and then Shauna says, I might need that decluttering journal, but modify it to be an organization journal. Okay, yeah, that is actually a really good idea. And that's a good idea for, I'm going to work on that actually within the next, so I need to write that down for me to work on an organization journal. Um, so yeah, I will make sure that I add that. And that's the thing too. You guys can always get down in the comments if there's a certain type of journal that you guys are interested in. I can always, add it because I mean I can have hundreds of journals out there. So yeah, there's a particular journal that you guys don't see. I will continue to add more and more journals, and then some that's just no theme to where it's just a journal for you to do whatever you want with it. So I will continue to do that. But yeah, for me, Shauna, as well, it's like I need to stay organized. Once I get rid of everything that I don't need out of my storage, um it's still a thing that I need to do to just continue to stay organized even after I've gotten rid of all the clutter that I don't need. So yeah, let's see. Okay, so Black Women Intelligence said this is a business meeting that we have with members of our families as well. This allows moments of clarity and direction. Yeah, I agree with that so much. So that is what I want to make sure that I continue to do is continue to stay organized with my goals as well, continuing to check in with myself and say, okay, these goals that I set, okay, what have I been doing to continue to work towards those goals? Because sometimes, like, we don't have that check in with ourselves for our personal goals. Like, if we work for a company, we do that. It's like the goals that need to be set for your job. It's like you'll continue to use these business strategies at your job, but those same business strategies need to be in our personal life, our personal goals, our goals, outside of working for someone. That business mindset can really be helpful. Uh, Oh, Shauna gets subscriber of the year. Yes. Shauna has been at every live. If you guys are new to the channel, we also did a 1,000 subscriber party to where we channel hopped. We started at Where's Ali's channel, then we went to From Lack to Legacy, and then we ended things off on this channel. Shauna was there for that, and so many of you all were here, just having so much fun with that live stream, that whole live channel hopping. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. So yeah, that was another big part of 2022, like another life-changing experience, having the channel reach 1,000 subscribers. And then yeah, for anyone here, if you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified every time I post a video, and then also share. If anything that I'm saying can help someone else, if you're enjoying my videos, share those videos, share the channel. I want to continue, every place that I go, continue to like give those tours of Airbnbs that I'm at, or just any type of vacation homes or whatever that I get to stay in. I want to continue to um, when I go places, show you guys where I'm at, for you guys to be there with me. So that's something that I want to continue for this channel. Also in 2023, like certain restaurants or wherever, things that's happening in DFW, as I get about the city. There's a zillion restaurants here in DFW, which is lots of fun, entertaining things. So I'll share what's going on in the city here. And then also I'm working on editing a video that just shows my year in review of 2022. So shows just some highlights, the little highlight reel. I'm working on editing that, so I'll put that up soon. That whole highlight reel of 2022. Sandra says writing those movies, yes, for sure. And it's a lot of fun, getting to basically mold these characters' lives, and then you can decide like, okay, no, this is not going to happen. It's like, no, this is going to happen. It's like, no, we're going to kill this person off. It's like, you know, getting to really just decide whatever direction you want the character to go in. It's just a lot of fun being creative and being able to use our imaginations. Black Women in Artificial Intelligence says, congratulations on your journey and encouraging people to declutter. It reduces a lot of stress. It really does. Yeah, it's just funny how sometimes we don't realize why we're feeling anxious, and also why sometimes it's like we'll feel like we don't want to do anything but kind of lay around the house, because I think sometimes the clutter can be overwhelming. It's so overwhelming that it paralyzes you. So yeah, it's very important to get our space around us to be a certain way, for our mental space to be in the healthiest place that it should be. Um, let's see. Someone was, oh yeah, okay, yeah. From Lack to, like you say, she definitely wished they would ship to Mexico. Yeah, it looks like when I was looking at the Amazon stuff and the journals. It seemed like it didn't ship to Mexico or something, or it was saying how it, wasn't available. Um, which, yeah, I don't understand. Because then I'm seeing like Japan. Japan is like, yep, Sonya Unapologetic Journal is available. I'm like, how is it available in Japan but not Mexico? So yeah, so I'm gonna yeah, see what's all going on with that. That's one thing that's now being back in the US, getting access to things is just, of course, a lot easier. I ordered something from Amazon on in the middle of the night on I'm trying to think if it was still Thursday or if it had already made it to Friday morning. It may have been like 11 o'clock Thursday night. I ordered something on Amazon and I got it probably 2 hours ago. So it's like, basically Thursday was already over with. So basically, I ordered it on Friday and got it on Saturday. So, yeah, that is the greatest thing, that it's easy to get um, access to things here. Yes, and then okay. Oh wow, Shauna, that's really amazing. So Shauna says, seriously, these communities are my therapy. So yeah, that's one thing. So that like really encourages me about the co-journaling sessions, because a lot of times the community can be therapeutic. So then you have the therapy of a community of people all working towards the same thing, because then we're all working towards mental wellness. But then, like, we take that time and journal, and all get our favorite tea or whatever, our favorite drink, or green smoothie or whatever. So you put something great in our body, but then also get our favorite journals. And then I'm trying to think if my little fluffy pen is here. Okay, and then our favorite little pens too. I have her little fluffy pen. So I actually got this um, from Lac to Legacy. Sandra actually gave me this pen. So this is so fun. It's really, really fluffy. And then, then I have, journals here. This is not a Sonia Unapologetic journal, but then also I have the self-love journal here. And the reason why on the back of this journal there's a butterfly, like butterflies and birds and wherever, it's like that represents freedom. Not all the journals have this on the back, but yeah, it's like this channel will continuously be about that, living a free life. So if you can be at peace, and get your mental take control over your mental health, it's just like, wow, that's like what 2023 is going to be about. So yeah, so I'll get the journaling sessions on the calendar for us to so yeah, I guess y'all have time now to go and order some Sonia Apologetic journals, and for you guys to be ready for when we do our co-journaling sessions. And you'll get to write about whatever, but just whatever is just going to help with making sure we stay in a good mental space, and for us to be that community to help each other all stay in a great mental space. So yes, Shauna, you were also saying that I have my clothes closet, linen closets, pantry, shoe storage, and the garage to organize. Yeah, it's a lot. And we are here to encourage you to not get overwhelmed. 'Cause I think sometimes we make we look at this big goal instead of small chunks. So if we can make celebrate the small wins, so like instead of feeling like, okay, I have all of these things to get done, maybe breaking it down, it's like, okay, I have a linen closet to declutter, and just focusing on that linen closet first. And even if you got rid of um a couple of things, like you got rid of a bunch of towels that you didn't need today, it's like, okay, that's a win because you did something towards it. So I think that's what's really cool about the decluttering journal, is that there's an area to where it's like, okay, the linen closet, okay, these are some things I need to do to declutter that linen closet. Okay, I got that one thing done. So then you can probably always go back to that journal and look back and be like, look at all these tasks that I've crossed off the list and have gotten done. So yeah, that's very important. Yeah, for me, I used to just buy so much extra stuff. Like, it's like, okay, why did I need like, you know, 20 big towels? It's just me. It's like, why did I need, I see like in my storage, I'm like, there's still a lot of towels. And I've gotten rid of so many towels, but I still have a lot of towels in my storage. And it's just kind of like, okay, yeah, why hoard so many towels? But yeah, yeah, Sandra was saying I'm new to this whole live community thing. Yeah, that's been I've been watching YouTubers for years now, and being a part of their live streams and being in the comments is like a big thing. So I would say maybe since maybe like 2011, maybe. There were YouTubers that I'd follow, and like we would be in the comments probably since like, yeah, maybe since like 2011. And not, of course, like the platforms have all changed, since then. Maybe they weren't doing like StreamYard back then, and a lot of them they wouldn't necessarily do it on YouTube back in 2011. There was some people to where there were other platforms, because I remember, I don't know if you guys know the singer Raheem Devon. He had like a little, like, I don't know if we consider a radio show. And so like all of us in the community, it's like we would, meet live every like Sunday, for instance, and we would all like be in the comments. And so I met a lot of people from that Raheem Devon community. And so then like we became Facebook friends. And so like even over the years, there's some people who are my Facebook friends. I'm seeing like their great accomplishments and whatever that I met, what was that? Would that be 2011? Is that 11 years ago? Or just met, that long ago in that community of people. So yeah, that's very cool. Like the virtual communities that we can be a part of. And Sandra says, "But I love it. It's the network I didn't know I needed." Yes, for sure. Okay, Wendy says, I have to run. Have a wonderful and safe NYE, and Happy New Year, y'all. Happy New Year to you as well. Let's see. Yeah, so yeah, y'all get that decluttering journal for sure. Because for me now, this is the thing that I have going on now. Um, because I'm back in DFW, and so I guess within the next month or so, I'm just gonna go ahead and get back into my own permanent space. I feel like even if I'm going to travel to places, because there's places on the list that I want to go to in 2023, I still need a base. And so I'm working back to get back to having a base. But that being said, the fact that I was baseless in 2022, I'm not going to call it homeless, but I was baseless in 2022. That means that there are things everywhere. There are things, in Austin. There are things in my storage, in one whole different side of DFW. And then there's things with me that's on a whole different side of the Metroplex that have things with me. And then I have things, in my car, wherever. So I have things everywhere. So once I get back into my own space, I need to find a way of taking all that, stuff that were, all in different areas, and decorating my space and make sure that I'm decorating in an organized way for me to continue to keep things organized. I know at one point, I think this may have been maybe 2019. In 2019, I hired an organizer, and this young lady came and she taught me a lot of good ideas. On how I can stay organized. But yeah, for me, if things get back out of order, I will never hesitate to do that again. Hire an organizer, because that's just so helpful. Sometimes it's so overwhelming, you don't know where to start, and an organizer can really help. So yeah, you guys go on if you're in the US, go on apps like TaskRabbit. I can't remember what the other app is. Go on those apps and look for people who are like organizers. There's people to where their whole business is that, because a lot of times we don't know exactly what to do. It's not our specialty. With apps like TaskRabbit, just always make sure it'll show you their reviews. They'll show you how many jobs they've done, on TaskRabbit. So yeah, just find the best person for the job. But I feel like that is a good idea. If you're really struggling, get somebody to help you. Hire somebody to help you. We don't have to do it all. We do not have to do it all. Let's see. Shauna says, you probably have a travel journal, and I'm not listening very well, but yes, so there are travel journals. So, okay, what I have now, okay, so I have the Once You Bop, You Can't Stop journal that is just for if you're traveling wherever. So that is a journal that's not specific to any particular country. But then also I have a Thailand journal, and then I have a couple of Mexico journals as well. So I'm going to do more Once You Bop, You Can't Stop journals. But then also I'm going to put in the description box the Once You Bop, You Can't Stop merchandise on Spreadshop. And then also it should show under this video just on YouTube in general, like it should show up on the product shelf. But I'm going to put the link to the Spreadshop in the description box because it seems like on YouTube it only shows like a few different items on the product shelf. And I have some really cool t-shirts and stuff for ladies and gentlemen, but it looks like the product shelf doesn't show like the cutest ladies t-shirts that are in the spread shop link. But there's mugs, there's bags, but then also in the Sonia Unapologetic journals, that's where you can find the Once You Bop, You Can't Stop journal, the Thailand journals, the Mexico travel journals. I'm going to continue to add journals. Um, let's see. Okay, Shauna, I think I answered the question. But Shauna says, I like to jot down different things about different places to eat, events I attended, etc. So I think the Once You Bop, You Can't Stop journal on Sonia Apologetic Journals on Amazon. Put that link in there. That's probably going to be a best journal for just kind of a catch-all for all the information. It's a really cool journal. It has a picture of a beautiful Black lady on the cover, but I'm going to do different designs for this as well. So let's see. Okay, yeah. Shauna says, I really want to tackle the organizational piece this year, even in small doses. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like not making ourselves feel like, okay, there's this huge task and um, you feel like you're not finishing that task fast enough. But if you can celebrate the small wins, and that's fine. I feel like a fairy godmother, like ding with this thing. It's a lot of fun. I just love like fluffy things. But yeah, it's a cool little fluffy pin, like with a little crown and little furry um things. So yes, you guys hit the like button. But yeah, I guess since you guys are enjoying being part of a live community, I think the co-journaling sessions will be good because a lot of times it's hard to stay consistent with journaling, and a lot of times it's hard to effectively journal because a lot of times journals end up being like a catch-all for grocery lists, to-do lists, and it's like we don't use our journals for what it's meant to be. So it ends up being a notepad, and where all our grocery lists are. If someone's like, hey, someone's on the phone with you, they're like, do you have a pen? And you're like, yeah, I have a pen. Do you have some paper? Yeah, I have some paper. And you're writing down phone numbers in your journal. You're just kind of like, okay, at this building on Monday at 3 p.m. Got it. And you've written it in your journal. It's like it starts to get used ineffectively. And so we want to effectively use our journals for um, for it to help foster a healthy mindset, for it to be a place for our thoughts and all that, rather than it being a notepad, a place for grocery lists and when you need to write down a phone number. Okay, so uh okay, oh, that'd be awesome. Shauna says she'd like interactive plots where you allow us to vote or weigh in on character twists and plots. Oh, that would be pretty fun. So, like, maybe if I'm writing a short script, I can like come on here and just be like, okay, this is the synopsis. Okay, so this is a guy, and he's dealing with this, and he's in a relationship with the supporting characters, so and so, and yeah, I think that'll be a lot of oh man, that'll be a lot of fun. So it's like, yeah, you guys would be having some feedback on what's going on with these characters. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, some more aiming to downsize. Yeah, for me, I just want to make sure once I get into my new place that I get in there and I have it decorated and organized the way it needs to be. Because if your place is not where you need to be, then it's not your place of peace. It's like you want to come home to where you feel like, oh, I feel so at peace. So I want to make sure that might I've thought about that might be some fun things for me to go do some furniture shopping and take you guys with me. So that's something that I'm looking forward to doing is looking at a couple of furniture pieces that I need. So yeah, if you guys would be interested in that coming with me furniture shopping, so you guys would be able to say like, oh, I don't like that. It's like he's like, that looks like a sofa from the 1980s. Don't do it, Sonia Unapologetic. Don't get that sofa. So I think that would be fun. I'm looking. There's a furniture store here called Nebraska Furniture Mart. I tell people that it's like an amusement mark. It's like an amusement park for furniture because it's like huge. So I might go there and take you guys uh, with me. And get some video footage of me seeing what's all going on at this massive uh furniture place. Yes. Yes, Shauna was saying contact customer service to see how they can make shipping journals to Mexico. Yeah, and I was looking at the Amazon for Japan, and I thought it said it shipped to Mexico. So I'm wondering, is it just Amazon.com.mx, like it's the Amazon for Mexico? I'm wondering if they don't have it, but somehow maybe if you get it from a different Amazon site, because this is the thing with the journals or the KDP, Amazon KDP, it's print on demand. So maybe if you go to amazon.com.mx or for Mexico, maybe they don't have anywhere in Mexico that does print on demand. So I'm wondering if you go to amazon.com for the US, if they have to where maybe you can print on demand there and get shipped to Mexico. I'm going to look into it a lot more. Yeah, so yeah, so then Shauna was saying the first thing that came to mind when she saw the fun was the first thing that came to mind when she saw the fluffy pen. So that's the thing too. It's like as we prepare for the journal, the co-journaling sessions, yeah, get all the things that's going to make it extremely fun. So you guys, you'll find fluffy pens. You'll find, your fluffy slippers if you need that. That thing that makes you feel just comfortable. If it's a robe that's snuggly, you'll find, all those things. So when we meet for our co-journaling sessions, you have your favorite fluffy pen and your fluffy slippers and your kombucha or your tea or your green smoothies. And the reason why I say that is like, let's put some good stuff in our bodies as well while we're on this journey for mental wellness and mental health. So when you guys before get into cold journaling sessions, make sure you have something that's going to be something healthy that you're putting in your body. You'll make sure you have that comfort thing, your fluffy pen or whatever you have, your journal. And then it's just kind of like, okay, whatever just makes us feel like we're at peace and we're having a good time. Sandra said, yes, take time to celebrate your accomplishments. Um, take time to celebrate your accomplishments too, no matter how small. So, yeah, that is a big thing. Celebrating the small wins, because all those small wins, that's what all add up for you to reach that end goal. So, Global Sisters Connection says, Happy New Year's, ladies. Yes, Happy New Year to you as well. Can y'all believe how fast 2022 went by? 2022 is so powerful. I think, having those, triple digits. For me, before 2022, I kept seeing 222 everywhere, and it just felt not coincidental. And so I felt like that was a message for 2022 to be life changing for me. And I've told this story before. I wasn't 100% sure if I was going to move to Mexico. And then I looked at my lease that I had in Dallas, and the lease was up on 221 2022. So that meant that I got on a plane on 222 2022. So when I saw that, I had been seeing 222 everywhere all last year. I felt like when my lease ended on 221, that was a sign for me to go and live my best life and spend time in Mexico, which, like I said, it allowed for the most life changing year of my existence thus far. But that's only the beginning. It's only the beginning. I'm excited about 2023. So yeah, I'm excited about style. Because I'm excited about trying all different things with style. With making sure that my outward appearance um is what I want. Making sure that my space is what I want, because I don't consider myself the best decorator. But if I have to get, I was about to say if I have to get some help. Well, of course I'll need help because I'm not the best decorator. So that means that my friends who have that eye for decorating, they'll be there to help. And then, like I said, you guys will be there with me as I go and look for some furniture. So yeah, so if you guys have a better decorative eye than I do, then chime in. So you guys don't let me get no mess up living room set. Don't let me have a messed up living room set, y'all. If I don't get the best living room set, I'm gonna blame y'all. So y'all have to be there with me and make sure that I get the best setup, so I have a cute living space. My entire living space will be cute. So Shana says, I wish more YouTubers would embrace doing live chats. I think we appreciate the authenticity of it, and it saves you from time consuming editing process. Yeah, I've learned a lot about editing, but it takes time. And I think That's the thing that will slow a lot of people down with their YouTube channel because they're just like, you know what? I don't feel up to editing a video. I don't feel up to doing this. So then they'll just take a lot of time off from they'll take a lot of time off from doing videos because they don't feel to editing. Right now, I'm editing my year in review. I'm making sure that I'm trying to make it a lot easier on myself. Just kind of pull pieces from everything that's happened in 2022, and not for me to put so much pressure on like all the special effects, like open up the channel, animation. It's like sometimes I think um, I used to feel bad about not having more of the really cute editing, all of the, animation and all this stuff, even though that's fun to do, but it's like when you're trying to rush and get a video out, having all this, extra animation. It's like, oh, I'm gonna have an animated image of myself dancing in the corner. It's like that that can be so time consuming that it'll take forever for the video to come out. So yeah, I'm going to do more with live chats in 2023 for us to meet and talk about certain topics. Of course, this live is more of a catch-all because we're just kind of all thinking about 2022 and what we learned in 2022, and then we're all just thinking about like, wow, a whole new year is coming. For there just to be some beautiful things that happen in the year. So yeah, so let's see. Sandra says Stephanie just spoke about this. Think I'm going to hire a virtual assistant and an editor. Yeah, it's like I was watching something on YouTube. I think it popped up on YouTube or on IG, and there was a lady who was saying that she's making her money, so she hired a housekeeper because she's just like, I need to focus on making my money. So I hired a housekeeper, and people were actually on there like they were mad. Allow people to maximize their time the way they see fit. And so sometimes you're focusing so much on something that's not your specialty, it takes away from the things that you need to be doing. Um, so yeah, I feel like hiring someone to help you out. And I think, even sometimes it'll be people who want the experience, to where it's like you're not necessarily having to hire someone and you'll pay them, six figures or something. Sometimes, someone's doing something part-time, but they're wanting the experience for their resume. So it can be like maybe a college student or someone in high school or something. Yeah. I'm like, and now that I said someone in high school, I'm just kind of like, maybe scratch that. I don't know what labor laws are. If you're like, Sonia unapologetic, my nephew is 12 years old and he's working. It's like, Sonia unapologetic never said. Sonia unapologetic is against child labor. Um, let's see. Black women in artificial intelligence asks, have you used Mid Journey for your designs for your journal? If not, check it out. It is awesome. It is an artificial intelligence art generator. Oh wow, I'm gonna check that out. Mid Journey. And just when I was saying, do not use your journals to write stuff down. Uh, but I have a page of my journal that says life changing things in 2022. So I will allow for this page because it's some life changing things, and Mid Journey could be life changing. So I'm going to write that down in here and keep it organized. I'm not going to let this journal turn into um, a grocery list. So it's going to be things that are meant to help me and grow. So, so then Sandra says to hit the like button. Yes, of course, getting there with the like button. And then after I get off this live, I'm going to go into the description box for me to add the Sonia Unapologetic Journals link, for me to add the spread shop link. Yeah, I'm still working on my website because I had a direction that I wanted to go with the Sonia Unapologetic website, and then now I feel like there's a different direction that I want to go with it. So I'm going to continue to work on the website, and for it to be a place of resources, yeah, and a place of like encouragement. Yeah, I think that's gonna be a really good thing for the website itself, just to, have resources of encouragement and, mental, wellness and, just ways for us to be at peace and have fun and, understand everybody does it, different ways, for us not to feel like, "Oh, if I'm not doing it that way, I'm doing it wrong," and it's like 2023, live the life that works for you specifically. Only you know what works for you specifically. So Elle says, "Oh, y'all are so sweet." Elle says you are glowing. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I feel glowy. Yeah, so I feel good. I feel excited. I feel like I've been laughing with everyone. I've been laughing with family. Let's see, I think it was a week ago. I got to meet my fur nephew for the first time, my brother's dog, and the dog breed is called a bully. I'd never heard of that. Of course, I've heard of pit bulls, I've heard of bulldogs, but I'd never heard of a bully. But when I tell you that little dog was so solid and heavy, it's like he kept jumping on me. I'm like, oh my goodness. But it was fun, like laughing and laughing with family and yeah, it's been a lot of fun being back here. So and I'm excited about talking to my friends about certain ideas for screenplays as well. That's a lot of fun. But I'm also going to put in the description box, like I said earlier, those two movies that I was telling you about, Just Between Us Girls. Um, my friend who helped me produce my short films, he did the music for the movie Just Between Us Girls. It was a really good movie. It's a really good plot. It has like some plot twists in there. You can find Just Between Us Girls on Tubi, and I think it's on Amazon as well. And then Why Women Trip, it has some plot twists in there too. Written and produced by Tori Lee and Snoop Robinson. I think directed it. Um, so yeah, Why Women Trip has some plot twists in there as well. It has Claudia Jordan is in it, Mama D is in it, Peter Guns. There's a few recognizable faces on that movie. So check out Why Women Trip on Tubi as well. Yeah, that'll probably be a lot of fun to interview Black female filmmakers on this channel for 2023. So that's something. Yeah, if you guys would be interested in that, like seeing like Black female filmmakers and them putting out their feature films and like what the process was, that's like so encouraging to me because I remember even like doing my short films, like it can be a lot of stress because as a producer, every single thing you have to account for. You have to think about locations, all of the actresses, the person that's gonna be doing the lighting, the person that's gonna be doing the sound, the person that's gonna be feeding everybody in craft services. the person who's going to be doing wardrobe, the continuity. It's like that's why you see some films to where it's like uh part of the scene is just kind of like their hair is done and then someone edited weird, then the second part of the scene their hair is back, and you're just kind of like, okay, why is it every time they get the camera back on her hair keep changing? you know it's like somebody has to be there for continuity and all this stuff. Contracts, people have to sign off on releases. Like you can't just use somebody's image, without, even though they're an actress in there, they have to sign off that they allow for you to, use their, image, location agreements. Like you can't just show up at someone's restaurant and just start filming filming a scene. They're like, hold up, and some people try to do what they call guerrilla style. There are some of our beloved favorite producers and directors who admit to doing stuff guerrilla style, and what that means is that they don't get any clearances on filming things, but it's just kind of like, okay, we're just gonna sneak and film this. So yeah, I've heard of people saying they've done stuff guerrilla style. Yeah, the most amazing guerrilla style thing that saw someone do that I know. Um, they were doing a scene inside the tunnel. There's a tunnel in Dallas to where I think you're on I-35 and you go through like a tunnel. And so this person wanted to do a dance segment inside that tunnel, and they just filmed it, and they were like telling cars like go around. I'm like, oh my goodness, that would have been, yeah. I would not have been able to do that. I've been scared as hell. Now they figured if they did it in the middle of the night that it would have worked, but it's like still they were just kind of like go around the person in the tunnel dancing. It's like, yeah, it's like that's something that was so hilarious to me because when I saw the footage, I'm like, oh wow, like y'all got clearance to film, inside the tunnel. Like they're like, no, we did guerrilla style. I was like, oh, interesting. That was so funny. But I don't. Well, maybe it wasn't funny. I'm sure people driving like, wait a minute, what? You driving on I-35 at 2 o'clock in the morning and you see someone doing a whole dance routine in there. You're like, wait a minute, what? Yeah, that would probably be crazy. Shauna says, I watched Claudia Jordan's talk show on Fox Soul, and she promoted both plays, shows. She's in Dallas as well. Yes, she's in Dallas. Okay. And I just, and I don't, yeah, I didn't realize like that she promoted both of them. I knew it from knowing Tori Lee here and just kind of, I saw she had Why Women Trip as a stage play, and I went and saw the stage play years ago. And so when I saw that she was going to be making it as a movie, I was just like, oh my goodness. And I actually saw the movie on Tubi while I was in Mexico. I reached out to her, like, let me give you your flowers, sis. Like, let me give you your flowers now. Yeah, so that's but yeah, that being said, I know I can talk to y'all forever. I want to thank you guys for being here with me over a year of me doing this channel. Thank you guys for being here with me all throughout 2022. Like I said, it was the most life-changing year of my existence thus far. So thank you guys for being here. Your support means so much. And this is only the beginning for Sonia Unapologetic. I'm so excited about the channel. I'm so excited about things that I'll do in my life and fun that I'll have, and just new things that I'll show you guys. So yeah, I think that's about it. You guys know I can stay on here with y'all for ever, but yeah. So what I'll start doing is more lives since I know that you guys really enjoy these lives. And then we will plan on doing our co-journaling session. So you guys go ahead and order your Sonia Unapologetic journals. Go ahead and get your fluffy pens or whatever you need for us to be like really excited about journaling. So yeah, I think that that is all that I have for you guys because since the New Year's Eve party that I am going to um, is now a pajama party that I just found out about a couple of hours ago after I set up the outfit that I was wearing. I probably need to get to somewhere and find some cute pajamas right quick. So I need to run. So, you guys, Happy New Year. Be safe. Enjoy yourselves. And I will talk to you all soon. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Okay, you guys. Bye bye.